Good dog, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. So, let's see if we're gonna get a big battle here at Jutland. Maybe not, because these guys are going to scap a flow, as are these. Alright. Alright, so guess we're meeting them there, maybe? I guess we are. Let's see, and this task force as well, they were supposed to join in there. Okay, it's a good thing I caught that. Otherwise, we would not get the big fight. Sometimes these movement things don't update until after you load a save. So, yeah. These are also moving to Scapa Flow. Are they just moving everything in there? Well, that's gonna be a huge fight then. All right. let's go then, I guess. Or, you know, maybe the game just says no and we don't get anything anyway. So well, we do get some battles, just not the big fight. Here's a meeting. Royal Alfred class battlecruiser against all of this. Well, I think the battleships can handle this. And the battlecruiser Tiger has been spotted at 60,000 meters. Yeah, it's the one that has the oversized 17-inch guns. My guns are a little bit smaller, but I do have more of them. Sent all the other ships home, as there's really no point in them wasting ammunition or risking taking damage, taking down this battlecruiser when the two battleships can do it just fine on their own. I think, at least. What kind of range do you have? Tiger, 40 kilometers. They're Mark 5 17s. Pretty potent guns. My 16s are just a little bit longer. That's the advantage that I've got. They're closing in though. 32 knots is a little bit faster than mine. But there we go, we scored the first solid hit. Taking out a, looks like a secondary weapon of some kind. And a little bit of flooding. What kind of extended armor? 1.1. 2.3 on the superstructure. Let's go with some HE to just take away some of your hit points. It cause a bit of flooding. I think this is just going to be a structure kill. There we go. Speedy, you are not in torpedo range. But you are in range of my secondaries. I was going to turn off my main guns and let the 8-inch secondaries do the job, but I was too slow. So there we go. So no big meeting with their huge task force. Well, it makes me feel a little bit bad now. That almost feels like I cheated you out of something that I kind of promised. But we've got all of this to deal with instead. 3 convoy battles and an ambush. Battleship Jupiter, irresistible class. That's a new one. Not seen that before. That's not one of their modernized dreadnoughts. It's got 8 20-inch guns, 90,000 tons, 28 knot top speed. Yeah, that's pretty nice. Let's see. Yeah, they are going out to Jutland. They're kind of just tricking me here. Come on. Oh, slow game. Here. Yeah, they're sending lots of stuff there, which is fine. And they sent a lot of stuff into Scapa Flow as well. Okay, another... Excuse me. They've got another couple of task forces hidden underneath here. Like, darn it, Britain. Didn't I have a okay, so that's that. Like, where's my oh, why the fuck did you go into port? Because I sent you here to intercept a British fleet, but apparently the game interpreted that as me sending them to port, which was just nearby. That's where that task force ended up. I was looking for it, and now it's stuck in there when I needed it available now. So okay, I guess we're just gonna have to try and do these battles without taking any damage, so that these ships are available to move out. I really wish that before development of the game ended, they had implemented something where you had to manually, like, affirm that you're sending your ships into port. And same with repairs. Is the enemy force in torpedo range? No. Let's see, I guess loose is better if I'm just running away. But we can at least take a look at this battleship they've made. I mean, that's a pretty decent layout. That's a pretty decent armor scheme. Mark III 20-inch guns. Okay, so it's apparently not a brand new design then. Because I'm pretty sure they've got at least Mark IV, if not Mark V. $4.7 billion. And 1 billion for this quite ugly light cruiser. Okay, so the DDs got out alive and are now available again. So that's good. Now I gotta do the same with all of these ships in the convoy battle. That's one of those modernized dreadnoughts. We've got about a bunch of cruisers and destroyers, so gotta have these available too. Okay, so I've successfully retreated some ships from the convoy battles they were in, and now most of this task force is actually available and can move out, except for Henry Gibson, which took some actually pretty superficial damage in a previous battle and now has to be repaired for 4 months. Great. So we're gonna send the rest of the task force out here. Only 3 battleships, but that'll have to do. We can kind of make up for that by joining in Jotunheim from this task force. We'll be substituting for Henry Gibson for a bit. Now, this convoy battle, these 2 light cruisers are ships I've deliberately placed in port so they can generate these kind of missions. So this one we can actually fight out. It's not a great matchup though. They do have a heavy cruiser. And there's only 1 transport, but if they got that kind of escort for a single transport, it might be something important. Guns on the destroyer, Lydiard. Torpedoes on Warrior. Warrior has oxygen torpedoes by the looks of things, but they're only 19-inch, so they don't have the best torpedo range. Now, whether or not I can actually sink this heavy cruiser with my lights, that is debatable. Let's see, Lydiard almost in range. My 7.5 is not quite have the range on it yet. Their torpedoes actually do outrange my guns. Wait, no, not on Lydiard. You've only got fast torpedoes. Never mind. It's the Warrior that has the somewhat long-range torps. Let's just get rid of this guy first. The cruiser also only has underwater tubes. No, wait. Yes, it does. So we're not likely to be facing huge volleys or anything. Those guns, though. I want that cruiser to come in a little bit closer before I launch torpedoes. Can just not hit that destroyer, I guess. Okay, it's now or never. Are you gonna launch soon? Are you? Do you just not have the angles? There you go. Sounds good, isn't it? Now I can turn and launch from the other side as well. First of all, he's gonna miss. And my cruisers are being picked apart by these guns. That torpedo volley might score a couple of hits. That torpedo. Excellent. And that torpedo detonated. These are gonna miss. Okay, so Mani just has to get out of here. Did not even score any good hits on this destroyer. Terrible chance to hit, but then again the tower is out, so probably not helping. Alright, but before we click next turn, let's initiate a naval invasion. Egypt. Yes. I'm gonna need a bit more tonnage there. China is trying to exist again. Let's see. We've got Britain doesn't have a lot of ships here in Asia. Let's see. We can have these ships here. Move out into here. And hope that they will end up in that circle. The Singapore squadron. Let's see. Do I want to take Australia? Maybe, but let's start with Borneo. Of course, taking Britain itself takes priority. So we're just gonna have to launch invasions whenever possible. What about here? This task force is sitting around. They are pretty much where they need to be because it seems the British are assembling some ships in this area. At least we got some light cruisers heading there. Alright. Now here we go. We got some meetings. That's more like it. Yeah, this is more like it. It's not really more like it. This is not the task force I wanted to have intercept these 8 battleships. But it's what I've got, I guess. We've got 2 of the big 90,000 ton battleships and 6 of the super dreadnoughts. I've got 4 battlecruisers because I sent the battleships, the battleship they had, to join in with the other 3 super battleships that were supposed to be engaging this task force. But this is what we've got, so this is what we have to use. A little bit outnumbered, a little bit outgunned, but that's how it is. Alright. Battlecruisers forming up. At least I think no, I don't think I outranged them. I outranged the 20-inch guns on that super battleship. That I do. I don't think I outrange the maybe I do outrange the 17-inch guns on those modernized dreadnought type of battleships. I do. Okay, that's good. That is good. Now I need the DDs to for frick's sake. There we go. The J-43s, they are in a different squadron, like so. And of course we got some weather to deal with as well. J-33s. On paper they are better than the Vikings, but in practice, for the type of torpedo volley attack, I do actually prefer the Vikings because they're smaller. So less likely to get hit. Alright. Do my guns have range to hit anything over here? Not really. Let's see, 41 kilometer range on the 16s. 37 almost on the 14s. The gun line is forming up. The DDs are bunching up. Please stop doing that. So the 43s, they need to launch, turn around, and then launch again. And we're already getting fired upon. My capital ships are opening up. Their ships are as well. Almost in range now. There we go. Okay, let's pick out some targets. You're not quite in range yet. You are in range of that ship. Almost got range on Hannibal. This will not be the most effective torpedo volley ever because most of the battleships are back here. These destroyers have to keep closing in. You have launched, that is good. And break off. All you have launched. Good. Let's see what kind of result we're gonna get from those torpedoes. You've got range to hit the dreadnought. The dreadnought named the dreadnought. But I want to get in here. Let's see, that's one destroyer down. J-43's still unharmed. Let's check in on the gun line. Let's pick out some targets for them. We got 7 torpedo hits so far. Oh, that is not good. So you're gonna have to detach, and you have range to hit anything. Thunderer. Hopefully you can get those torpedoes away before sinking. Nope. have to clear the wreckage here. Caesar. There we go, we launched. Just in time. Did not get to turn around and launch again though. And all, kind of bunching up. That's okay. So we're out of destroyers, basically. Too bad this task force did not have any of the Vikings here. I think they would have made it closer. Hopefully the torpedoes from that one J-43 will actually hit something. It's kind of hard to see in the fog where they are headed. There you go, dead torpedo. Live torpedo. On the destroyer. We get some torpedo hits on some cruisers. And on the Caesar. An Eagle. Not very effective hits though. Battlecruisers aren't really hitting anything. Well, they are hitting, but they're not doing that much damage. Rugnid, I think you're just gonna have to leave here. Uh, 3306 is in decent shape. You might be able to pull off some torpedo fun with her. Yeah, enemy battleship force is pretty much undamaged. I think the plan now is to just do some kind of damage, and then try to have the big super battleship task force, the one that was supposed to engage this, engage them again next month, and just hope the game actually gives me the engagement I want to have. 3306 not quite loaded yet. Geirskogul has taken a little bit of damage, but not too serious. guns aren't really hitting that much, but we are at pretty long range. That's also the one advantage I have that I can make something of. Okay, we're almost loaded, so just gonna go in for the attack now. Aiming for the dreadnought, which is the closest one. And there we go. Torpedoes have been launched, all 15. Hopefully I will get a couple of hits out of this. Where did the torpedoes go? Here they are. Looking pretty good. I think we're gonna get some hits on the dreadnought. Maybe. We got 2 on the stern. Not too great, really. Might possibly get some on the destroyers in the back there, but yeah, that was not too impressive. Not too impressive, really. You guys can load AP. We're targeting cruisers, which you can penetrate. Or should be able to, at least. Okay, we're now taking fire from the enemy capital ships, so let's just return fire there while kiting away. The 16s target the closest battleships, hopefully doing the most damage. Did my destroyer get away? Maybe. Still taking fire though. What was that just hit you, Alfheim? 17? Yeah. I can outrange them with my big guns, but at that range I just don't do any damage. Yeah, the pen just isn't there. Potentially with the 16s, but not really. Like the deck penetration is there, but you don't seem to ever hit any decks in dip. So that whole aspect is kind of out of the window. I don't think I've sunk any of their ships. Did damage, but no actual sunk ships. Like component damage and flooding will be automatically fixed by the next time they're in battle, but the structure damage does remain. Yeah, they're all following J33. Which is fair enough. Gonna have the cruisers disengaged. The battle cruisers can try and get in front of them here. Engage the cruiser screen. A bit out of range though. Let's see if we can maybe get in range to fire at those light cruisers. J33 kind of move towards the gun line. Because they seem to be following it. Yeah, 42 kilometer was the number for the 16s. J33 takes a hit, and now they're coming for the battle cruisers. So we should be seeing them opening up any second now. And it's something. There we go. Let's see, which is the closest to getting sunk? Dragon, I guess, being a light cruiser. It can actually get penetrated at this range. If we can hit it. There we go. It's kind of a cheap ship. I have the 16s target Imperieuse. The 14s can keep firing at the light cruiser. A little bit impractical because the 14s are the ones in front. I guess the 14s are now out of range, so we can target that one as well. I like to sink something before ending this. Thunder, that is one of their super battleships. Actually. I'm still bouncing my my battle cruisers, so its 20-inch guns are not that potent. What kind of shells do you have? Semi-AP. Okay, so if they do penetrate an extended belt, they're actually going to do a lot of damage. I want to finish off the Imperieuse first. Okay, let's see now. The Thunder. If I can maybe cause some flooding on the extended belts. 1.8. I go 4 belt pen for 3,000. Yeah, we're actually doing some damage to it now. No flooding though. Yeah, there we go, some flooding, finally. I was starting to wonder if it was... because apparently that is a bug you can get sometimes, where a ship just will not flood, no matter what. Anti-flood 1, single hull bottom. So it should be taking some flooding damage, and it is. Now it does seem like I will be sinking at least one of their battleships. And there it goes. Now Imperieuse, let's sink a cruiser as well. If we can score some good hits, that is. Already running out of HE on the 14-inch guns. Their little vanguard formation here seems to be breaking off their attack. After losing the Thunderer. Always nice when you can sink a battleship that is worth more than your entire battle cruiser squadron. Quite a bit more too. Let's just go to times 10. Empty some more ammunition in the general direction of the enemy. And see if something sinks. Now this does mean that this this task force here will not be ready for combat next month. Being very low on ammunition and having lost most of the destroyer force. But it is technically a victory. Now let's see if here we go. Yeah, this big task force gets a single battleship and a handful of cruisers. I guess we can do this now before ending the episode. This shouldn't take too long. Alright, and for this one, the destroyers will not be needed. We're saving them for whatever comes next. And 2 more here. You 2 also get to go home. The light cruiser will probably also not be needed. We got a mixture of different heavy cruiser classes. I don't want to deal with that whole mess that their formation is going to be, so we're sending them home as well. Now as for the battleships, let's see, first deal with the battle cruisers. We got 4 of them, 4 big ones with the big guns. As for the battleships, they should probably be conserving ammunition. There you go, the battleship London. But, oh, hang on. This is not as fast as the other ones. Is this a different, is this a refit? Mark 5 20-inch guns. Here we go. This is either a different class or a refit. Oh, that other one. I'll have to check after after the battle if it's a refit or a new one. I just saw 90,000 tons and 20-inch guns and assumed it was the same. But that's not even the same number of guns, because the other one had ABXY, 8 guns and 4 turrets. This one has 6 guns. But better guns. It's already firing at a range of 50 kilometers. Okay, Canary does not have big guns, but the other ones do. So Edvard Grieg has almost the range of London. Not quite. He's actually outranged by a couple hundred meters. Canary, you almost got range to something. 13-inch guns might not be the most effective against a battleship. There we go. Edvard Grieg has scored a couple of hits and done a bit of damage. Now let's load HE on the big guns and completely wreck the extended armor belts on that battleship. As she closes in. And there's not much left of it now. After a couple salvos like that. Yeah, this is one of those ships that just will not flood. There we go. It is down. And you can go back to auto shell selection. And the battle cruisers can pick out some targets as well. You don't all have to be firing at the same one. Canary actually taking some damage here, even losing her tower. Yeah, she's got that all or nothing armor scheme. Which is not really that good when facing cruisers, so it's probably not a good idea to have it on what is supposed to be a cruiser killer. Although the bigger guns on the bigger battle cruisers seem to do a better job of actually killing those cruisers. Oh, I was close with the torpedo there. We took some more that I just didn't see. Who launched that? Was that yeah, it was Kent and Antrim. They're gone now. And soon the light cruisers are gone as well. We got 2 left. Yeah, see this one? Just not flooding at all. Battleship ceasefire. The battle cruisers handle this, which is also not flooding. Not sure if that's a thing unique to this specific class. But there we go. Yeah, that went a bit better. Now there's one more meeting that I think the... Oh yeah, here we go. Instead of fighting that big British task force with the 8 battleships, my super task force gets to fight a destroyer. Well, I guess we're doing this one too, because it's just a single DD. And I'm just going in with a single light cruiser. Told the battleships to not fire, so they're not going to be wasting any ammunition here. And hopefully they're going to be ready for next month, where hopefully they will get to fight a large British task force. Okay, you launch torpedoes. Let's just maneuver out of the way. And not worry about the fish. Alright. So that was that. March of 1954. Didn't really get the fights I wanted. There's a... oh. The convoy does not have an escort. I guess that is just auto-resolved. Let's just kind of move these out of the way. And hope they can strike Barry or something. Well, this force here, I really do want to have them attack these ships. They like, fine, whatever. And here we go. I'm not quite inside of the formation circle. No, the invasion circle, rather. But that should be enough. Okay. Where can I invade now? Before I forget. Yeah, they do have a large battleship force here. I guess these ships are getting a battle. Britain, naval invasion. Eastern England is only 228,000 tons. Yes. That's here. Alright. And I saw the army was doing things. So we're gonna take Uzbekistan. That is good. Britain might lose Hong Kong, and China might resurrect. Britain is probably taking Tanganyika from me. I am probably taking Upper Volta from them. So, situation in Africa not too disastrous, but all in all, I think they will probably take some territory from me here. That's unavoidable, but that's okay. Goodbye, and take care.